Hey YouTube, Natchez 860. Smoking my Friday Savinelli with some W.O. Larson 32 Flake. And before I get into my response to Jay's video on doing good deeds, I want to have you check out the links that are down below. Some great people that I've come across, and I hope to do the same thing tomorrow. So be sure and check them out. Wow, this is good stuff. Anyway, when Jay first put up his video, his contest, I guess you'd say, I thought it was pretty interesting. And couldn't wait to see what people came up with. And then within the last week, he put up another video and was kind of disappointed at the response he was getting. And of course I felt a little guilty because I didn't respond, and I think he was trying to figure out why, this wasn't quite going the way that it was supposed to. And it made me think about a little story that I'll tell you, taking you back to the mid-90s. And I've touched on this a little bit before. Where I reached that stage of my life where all of a sudden I realized that the days that are behind me are probably greater than the days that are ahead of me. And it put me into a real bad place, thinking about what I had done with my life. And suffice to say, I just had issues, and I wasn't happy with the way things were going. And I had been getting some mailings from a place called Nightingale-Conant on self-improvement programs. At that time they were on cassette tapes, and you could buy 12 tapes for like $50 or something. It was a little program. Motivation, self-improvement, that type of thing. So I took the chance, got the program, got all excited. It was great. About a week went by and I realized really nothing had changed. Went back and took a closer look at what they were saying in the program, and the thread that really ran through the whole thing was, if you want to change, you've got to start with yourself. And I think immediately when anybody hears that, the blinders come down. Yeah, it sounds like a good idea, and the whole bit. Well, I decided to start giving some of the stuff a whirl. And it was very much like making my first video. I knew I had to do a couple of these exercises, but I wasn't sure what the outcome was going to be, and it was a very scary experience. And one of them was just picking out a stranger during the day and doing or saying something that that made a difference in that person's day. And I hemmed and hawed about what I was going to do, and got up one morning and said, today's the day I'm going to do it. And I went down to the local gas station where I get my coffee. And I said, you know what? I'm gonna talk to this grumpy guy in here. Now immediately you can tell I got the wrong attitude. Never talked to this guy before. He always seemed like a grump, and for sure I probably seemed the same way to him. I went in, looked at the guy, and I said, good morning. He looked back at me and he said, good morning to you, sir. He says, how are you today? I said, I'm great. Of course I was great because he had answered me back. Got my coffee, and as I was heading over to pay for it, I said, boy, this is fantastic coffee you're making. He says, thank you very much. He gave me my change and he says, you have a great day. I said, you have a great day too. Now it seems really corny, but that whole exchange started my day off in such a manner that was like no other day I had had for a long time. And as I thought about it all day long, what we need to do in our lives certainly is do good things. And, you know, a number of videos have been made about people volunteering and, helping out the neighbor and whatnot. But it goes beyond that, where you have to create an experience with the person that you're interacting with. You know, it's fine to take a bunch of books to the library, set them on the counter, and say, I'm donating these. But what you really want to do is go beyond that. And at that point, that's where, you give the person behind the desk a compliment. You ask them, is there anything else I could do for you right now? I have 20 minutes. Can I run out and get you a cup of coffee? Can I do this? Can I do that? You've got to use your imagination. And that was the beginning for me of learning all about how to feel better about myself. It just makes your day so much better. I think Sparky had mentioned opening the door for somebody. Is that a courtesy, or is that doing a good deed? Well, I really think it depends on if you put the icing on the cake while you're opening the door and you say, good morning to the person you're opening the door for, or, geez, I like the coat you're wearing, something to make that person's day. Because it really does. It goes a long way. And you'll find yourself during the day repeating those kinds of very simple and easy ways to, I guess you'd call it, getting along with other people. We're so used to routines that we get stuck in, like getting coffee in the morning, for example. You walk in, you get the coffee, you pay for it, you leave. You can create something better than that. And so I guess the bottom line to the whole thing is it's not necessarily doing a particular deed or any particular act. It's more about treating people as human beings, the way you'd want to be treated. And for sure, you're going to run across people that don't respond the way that you want them to. But at the end of the day, you feel a lot better about yourself for at least attempting it. And all I can say is it's made all the difference in the world to my whole attitude. So I want to thank you for watching, and we'll catch you again.